right, good morning, Fibers. Let's do roll call. Oh, we got a full one. I like that. Leah. Chris. Here. Tiffany. Brian. Yes. Robbie. Yes. Caitlin. Yes. Connor. Amber. Joel. Bo. Sarah. Emma. Dustin. Donovan. Annie. Peach. Alexis. Mark. Lindsay. Kevin. Bethany. Maren. Is that everybody? We got close there. I like that. Fellas, how was Mexico?
It's good. Glad to be back.
It's going to be a great workout. It's going to be a great workout. All right, guys. Hey, if you would, before I get into description, we do have an even number. I'm going to pull the squat rack in, so we got one extra rack for squatting. Go stand next to a buddy that you can probably lift similar to. Okay, everybody needs to pair up for this workout. 3, 2, 1, go. Good, Annie. It's gonna be good. It's an honor. All right, guys. I'm gonna get cracking. Very familiar clock, slight adjustment to the intervals for lifting, but very familiar clock for lots of Tuesdays in a row now. So one partner is going to start on A. You'll be more on that large side of the floor. Other partner can start on B, and you're going to be near a rack. Okay. Some of the lifts involve a rack, but either way, the bar's going to stay near the rack the whole time. 4 minutes. Really at each letter, and then we'll switch, and you'll hit each side 3 times. Okay? 4-minute AMRAP, steady pace, mostly strength drills over on the big side of the floor. Don't need to count rounds, just need to move well. And the goal for today is try and stay unbroken but barely. Okay? So that's the stimulus on this side of the floor. Unbroken but barely. First one, 3 per arm, strict dumbbell upright rows. 3 there, and then 3 on this side when I'm doing this, okay? Strict meaning I'm not using anything from the hips or legs. They're locked out. Upright row, it's kind of like if you had a really fancy double zipper jacket. I don't know why you would, but that's cool. Bring it on up. Okay, my thumb will drop a little bit to the inside, slightly like you're pouring out a can, okay? When I'm here, I'm finishing in a high front rack position. Elbow always stays above the weight in your wrist. Okay, at no point does the elbow get lower than that, or directly behind it. I'm not packing a punch, I'm upright in a row, okay? I'm here, I'm going from like the belt buckle to the bow tie, okay? 3 per arm. Fun fact for the day, so if coffee hasn't kicked in yet, and you're like barely awake, maybe remember this one thing about bro science, because it's really important even though it's not. There's a really good correlation between strict dumbbell upright rows and strict pull-ups. Really, really good correlation that people much smarter than me have figured out. However many strict pull-ups you can do, perfect form, dead hang, overhand grip, no cheating, 100% pure strict pull-ups. However many reps you can do there, you should be able to do that per arm with a third of your body weight on this drill. So do the math. I weigh like 120, so that's like 40 pound dumbbell. I'm kidding. Like 125. But whatever that dumbbell would be, it would say I can get like 5 per arm with that weight. I should be able to get 5 strict pull-ups. Okay, and for most people, it's usually not perfectly even, but use it as a reference to figure out which movement's a lot stronger for you. Your pulling motion here or your pulling motion here, because the more closely related they are, the healthier your shoulders are. Does that give everybody an idea for math? If not, just nod, pretend like you know what you're doing, okay? So anyways, for today, pick a weight you can get 3 per arm. Shouldn't be easy, but it should be a challenge to stay unbroken. Okay? Any questions there? 9, up to you if you'd like them banded or not. That's why they're in parentheses, push-ups. Okay, if you want to go without the band, that is fine. We will have some benches out. If you want to put some hands on a bench. If for today you start with a band and it gets too difficult and you need to drop the band, that's entirely fine. Instead of knee push-ups, let's do negatives, simply because we're doing quite a bit of volume today. So we'll go 3 seconds to the floor, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, and you just kind of worm yourself back up, as opposed to doing a knee push-up. Okay? Give everybody an idea what to do for push-ups? Sweet. Your last one, 12, shoulder elevated hip thrusts. You can put you and a buddy kind of on a bench. If he or she's on the opposite side, it works really well if you don't butt heads. We'll drop our hips, we'll pop it up. If you would like a weight, use a heavy dumbbell right across your lap. I'll drop the hips, and I'll hold for a second at the top. Fully open glutes from shoulder to hip to knee is a nice straight line. So you can drop your hips and drop the dumbbell to exit. Okay? Any questions on the A side of the board? All right, again, over in that area, 4-minute AMRAP, don't need to count around, just move unbroken but challenged. On the lifting side of the board, specifically barbell lifting, slightly different clock. We're gonna go every 40 seconds for 6 rounds, which if the math checks out, that's 4 minutes. Got it. Got the approval. First one, 5 touch and go power cleans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rest. When the next 40-second window pops up, go again. You'll do 6 sets of that, which is 30 power cleans in a pretty short period of time. Moderately heavy is okay. 5 should be unbroken. The touch and go emphasis is we're not resting or pausing on the ground. So obviously we're doing these unbroken, but we're gonna tap the floor and immediately come back up. Okay? Any questions on round 1? All right, weight-wise, it is the first round. It can be a bit of a warm-up. I'd say maybe go up once in weight. Get it a little challenging towards the end. But you should definitely be unbroken and feel like you're moving it fast. Okay? When you come back for round 2, we're going 1 heavy squat clean. Again, every 40 seconds for 6 sets. You'll hear that 3, 2, 1, go, squat clean. We'll stand up there. So volume is really low. We only got 6 of these, which means we're trying to go a little bit on the heavy side. You're gonna get a lot of rest in between, but the challenge here is probably the load. Okay, the load more than the reps, because the reps are really, really low. Any questions on the squat clean? All right, when you're done with your last squat clean, put it in the rack. The round 3 for the finisher, 5 speed back squats. Okay, and we'll rack. We'll shake the legs out. We'll go every 40 seconds. Again, speed back squats are 0 pause at the top, and it is a fast tempo. Think of it like bouncing a ball. That's kind of the tempo if there was one for a speed squat. It's probably the only squat where we're not so worried about locking out your hips. If they need to stay back behind you just so you can keep a little bit more speed, that's fine. Doesn't need to fully come to here at the top of every rep, because we're not really doing true squats. We're doing an accessory to the squat. Okay? Weights-wise, moderate, but let it be a little bit challenging. This should be heavy. For most people, my best coaching guess, your squat clean and your speed back squats are probably like really, really close in weight. Almost identical. Okay? All right. Any questions on the B side of the board? All right, guys, let's get shoulder to shoulder in front of the rig and get warmed up.